In this video here, we'll be going over some encounters where cops think that the badge gives them enormous power and authority over citizens. We've got officers who escalated situations so much that they made a mistake of a lifetime. Let's get straight into the videos. Have you ever run into a cop who was so bored on duty that they made up a reason just to spice up their day? If not, consider yourself lucky. Unlike you, this guy got pulled over by a female officer and you won't believe her reason. She accused him of speeding, claiming that since he passed her while she was driving 45 miles per hour, he must have been over the speed limit. She said it so confidently, as if she thought her explanation would just slide. But here's what really happened. The guy was cruising in his lane at a normal speed, just doing his thing. The female officer was in the lane next to him, and out of nowhere, she slammed on her brakes. Naturally, the guy got startled and braked too, because he had no idea why she would brake so suddenly when nothing was happening. So yes, technically, he did pass her car, but only because she hit the brakes for no apparent reason.
Name and badge number again, please.
I'm Deputy Head of the Washington Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
And my badge number is Oregon with DPS.
Can I see your identification?
This is my identification right here, this is my identification, and this is my identification. I need your license, proof of insurance, and a registration.
What's the reason for the stop?
Your speed.
What is it?
You were doing 10 over the speed limit.
How did you calculate my speed?
Well, you passed me, and I was doing 42 and a 35.
I didn't pass you.
You sure did. You absolutely passed me. You came up on me, and you went to pass me, and the only reason you didn't, you got next to me, I hit my brakes to get behind you, and then you slammed on your brakes.
And how fast were you driving?
It doesn't matter. Give me your license, insurance, and
How fast were you driving? How fast were you driving?
Please get cover and cover.
How fast were you driving? You personally, how fast were you going?
Sir?
What's the speed limit?
Hold on. Sir, if you do not give me your identification...
No, you didn't stop. I don't understand why I'm being stopped.
I already told you.
How did you calculate my speed? How did you calculate? How did you calculate my speed?
I already told you. I already entered.
You weren't pacing me.
I absolutely was.
When were you pacing me?
Did you not catch up to me?
I was driving legal speed.
No, you were not.
In my own lane.
No, you were not.
In the right lane. You in the left
absolutely-
lane. And then for some apparent reason, you slammed on your brakes, and I did too, because to figure out what was going on.
Okay.
And you were hauling ass.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
Then how come you caught up to me?
Excuse me, you slammed on the brakes.
Oh, but no, you caught up to me, and then I hit my brakes to get behind you.
So if I caught up to you, well, how fast was I driving?
At least 45.
How did you calculate it?
I don't have to give you an exact.
At
answer.
least 45 is not an
I
answer.
have to give you a range.
Why don't you tell me,
Sir,
is this a lawful
give me your
stop?
Yes, it absolutely is. License and get out of the vehicle.
Even though her story didn't hold up, she acted as if it did and ordered the guy out of the car. She didn't stop there either. She decided to show off what little authority she had by trying to handcuff him. And the worst part? She hadn't even made a legal stop. She just braked suddenly and the guy stopped because of it. On top of that, how could she claim that he was speeding and say he was going over the limit without knowing his exact speed, even if he had been speeding? The most she should have done was write him a ticket, not threaten to arrest him. The guy, realizing he was dealing with someone unreasonable, asked to call a supervisor, but she ignored his request and kept trying to handcuff him. She thought she was doing everything by the book, but really, she was making a huge mistake.
Okay.
You're being detained.
For what? What am I being detained for? I don't think so.
Hands behind your back.
I don't think so, ma'am.
Close recover. Close recover.
Get your
Get your
supervisor.
hands behind your back.
Do you want my
Hands
license?
behind your back now.
No.
Please, hands behind your back.
No.
Hands, please.
I'm not
hands.
resisting.
Yes, you are.
What are you doing?
I have told you, you're being detained.
For what?
Put your
I'm
hands-
not even legally stopped.
Yes, you absolutely are. Put your hands behind your back, please.
Tell me what I'm being stopped for.
Because, sir, you're speeding. This was
You
a very
cannot even
simple
tell me
stop.
how fast I was driving.
Does it, sir?
Does it
you're-
matter? Yes, it does matter.
Sir, you are doing at least 10 over.
You have no
The
idea
statute-
what I was doing.
The statute is...
At least 40, you have no idea how fast I was
No, you're
driving.
not doing at least 40. You're doing at least 45.
How fast were you driving? First of all, you broke the law yourself. No, you
Sir?
can't take my phone. This is my right to.
Sir.
You want my ID?
Yes, I do, but not right now. You're being detained.
For
Put
what?
your hands behind your back.
No, I
because-
need your supervisor because you're assaulting me right now.
I'm not assaulting
I have
you.
I've been
Sir.
legally operating a motor vehicle.
Sir.
You actually broke several traffic rules.
Is
Then
it?
yeah, you did.
Okay.
Then you decided to retaliate against
Okay.
me because I noticed you doing something unlawful. Why did you brake in the middle of a street for no apparent reason? And you caused me to
Sir.
brake, and then all of a sudden now I'm being detained because
Put
I'm
your
defending
hands
my
behind
rights.
your back.
No, get your
Sir,
supervisor.
I've got people coming right now.
Great.
You're making this really hard for
Great.
yourself.
No, I'm not.
Put your hands
I'm
behind your
defending my
back.
rights. Is that your supervisor? Get your supervisor because this is
Put your
crazy.
hands, my supervisor's right there. Put your
Excellent.
hands
I
behind
want to
your
talk
back.
to your supervisor.
Put your hands behind your back.
I want to talk to your
You're
supervisor.
being detained.
Great, I'll give you my ID, but you can't arrest me for no reason.
Absolutely. No, I'm arresting you for not identifying yourself.
Now let's talk about some cops who think they're above the law, acting like they can just barge into someone's apartment and demand proof that the person lives there. Just imagine that. By that logic, they'd need to check every single person in every single house. But the guy and his girlfriend who answered the door weren't about to let that slide. The guy started filming immediately, while his girlfriend discreetly called their lawyer without the cops knowing. She wanted to see how far these cops would push it. For a moment, the officer seemed like he was going to leave, which honestly would have been the smartest move. But then, maybe realizing he hadn't flexed his authority enough, he came back demanding to see the guy's ID. What a joke. Of course, since the guy hadn't broken any laws, he wasn't required to show any ID. It's odd how many cops act like this rule doesn't exist, even though they all swore an oath to protect every citizen's constitutional rights. They probably don't appreciate that these rights mean they have no authority over citizens who aren't breaking the law. So they act like those laws don't exist. When the girl saw things were heating up quickly, she decided to play her card. She told the officer that she was on the phone with her lawyer and that they could go ahead and do whatever they wanted. And guess what happened next? The cops beat a hasty retreat and left. It seems like they suddenly realized there could be consequences for their actions.
I understand. No, because all this can actually be taken as harassment.
It is.
Because in no way did I act in any way that should entail this.
Is he the owner of that
No,
property?
because if you don't have paperwork, then this is invalid. This is considered harassment.
Okay, go ahead, try it. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night. No.
Alright, we need ID.
He doesn't have to show ID.
Yes, you do have ID.
No, I do
I
not.
actually have my lawyer here, and he actually runs this over here.
No, I
No.
don't. Because if you're only here to inform...
And I actually have y'all on live, so go ahead and do what y'all need to do. Because at this point, yeah, this is harassment. Yes, you're on live.
It's okay.
You're on live.
No, it's okay.
They're on live.
Hand me my phone. Because I'm going to walk down with them to the car. Hold on. Excuse me.
They're on live. They're on live. They're not going to, because they knew this is illegal. This is illegal.
I know.
I told you I'm in school. I'm almost done.
I know.
And my lawyer's on the phone.
Exactly.
You're demanding ID.
With no probable cause.
Exactly.
I don't have to give you ID.
This time, some cops were upset because a man was exercising his constitutional rights in public. Here's what happened. A group of officers were dealing with a woman who had drunk so much that she passed out and didn't know where she was. A passerby noticed this and started filming to see how the police would handle the situation. Predictably, one of the cops wasn't happy about being filmed and told the man to step back. But here's the thing. Police officers don't have the authority to tell people where to stand in public. Plus, anyone can record in public as long as they're not breaking the law. That's protected by the First Amendment, right? Unfortunately, this officer didn't just lack an understanding of constitutional law, he also refused to identify himself, even though it's their policy to do so while in uniform. Meanwhile, he demanded the man filming to identify himself. What he seemed to forget was that the man wasn't required to provide his identity, whereas the officer, being in uniform, absolutely was.
It's a public sidewalk.
It is. No one told you you couldn't be here.
It's a public sidewalk, though.
It is.
What, you gonna arrest me?
No, I never said that.
So what's your name and badge
I
number?
already told you.
What is
What's your
it?
name?
You didn't say your badge number.
What's your name,
What's
sir?
your name and badge number?
What's your name?
I'm not telling you.
Why not?
Good citizen. Call me good citizen.
Good citizen. I don't see a good citizen.
Wow.
Somebody that's being nosy.
I'm a good citizen. That's my name.
You want to be nosy?
That's my name.
It's
Somebody, I'm looking
who's
on.
passed out.
I can't look. I can't look.
Very rude, sir.
I can't look.
Would you want
It's
people to
it's
look down at your
public.
mom or sister?
It's public.
It is. Would you want people to do that
It's
if that was
public.
your mom or sister?
It's public, though.
No, I didn't think so.
It's public. It's a public sidewalk. What's your name and badge number?
Back away.
It's
Back
a public
away from taking care of
sidewalk.
you.
It's a public sidewalk.
There's a lot of public sidewalks, so keep moving.
So you gonna arrest me? It's a public sidewalk. He's a tyrant. You don't like being
Is there a
recorded?
reason that you want to video a lady in a medical condition?
What am I doing wrong?
You're videoing a lady who's in a medical condition
What
that
am I
we're trying to
doing
help.
wrong?
I already told you twice.
It's a public
I don't
sidewalk.
care if it's on the sidewalk.
So
no one
am I
said that
being
you couldn't be
detained?
here. You're videoing.
Am I being detained?
No one said that. You're free to leave.
Okay.
You're the one still
So I
sitting.
can still record though.
You can, but it's
Am I
rude
being
to record
detained?
a lady who's
Am I being
medically
detained?
help.
I'm asking you a question. Am I being
Why would you ask me
detained?
if you're being detained?
I'm just asking a question.
Why?
Because you didn't
Why?
identify
What makes you
yourself.
think you're detained?
You didn't identify yourself.
What makes you think you're detained?
You didn't identify
What makes
yourself.
you think you're detained? It's public sidewalk.
I know the law. I know the law. So don't try to arrest me. I know the law.
No one's trying to arrest you.
I know the law.
No one's trying to arrest you.
What's your name and badge number?
I already told you.
No, you didn't.
I told you at the beginning before you
No,
started
you
pointing the
didn't.
camera out.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Do you like recording? recording people that are.
It's a public sidewalk. I can record anybody. It's a public sidewalk.
Would you want your mom or
I
your
can
daughter
record
or
you.
your,
It's a
your
public
wife to be
sidewalk.
recorded?
It's a public sidewalk.
Then the policeman tried a different approach. He told the man that he wasn't being detained and that he could leave if he wanted. Well, if he's free to leave, he's also free to stay. When that didn't work, the cop shifted tactics yet again. This time, he claimed that no one likes being filmed in public. Sure, but that's not the man's problem. He shouldn't have to give up his constitutional rights just because it makes someone else uncomfortable. However, the man was adamant about getting the policeman to identify himself because he was planning to file a complaint. The cop insisted he had already given his name, which wasn't true at all. Luckily, the man had everything on camera, and there was no point where the officer could be heard identifying himself. What's more, the cop even forgot about the rule requiring a minimum of 6 feet distance and got too close to the man.
So I can record you.
It is.
What's your name and badge
I already
number?
told you.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You didn't identify yourself?
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I
You
did.
did this. No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. So I'm gonna continue to record
That's fine.
because I'm not gonna get unlawfully detained.
No one's detaining you.
I never said you would. I'm just asking you a question.
And I'm asking you a question. It's
What
public
you asking?
sidewalk, remember?
Yes.
As much as you can talk to me, I can
Back
talk
off.
to you.
Don't come close.
It's a public sidewalk.
Don't come close.
We can chat with each other.
Don't come close.
Why not? It's a
I
public
don't want
sidewalk.
you to touch me. I don't want you.
I'm not touching you.
Don't touch me.
Remember, it's a public
I'm
sidewalk.
recording
Wherever you walk, I can
recording
record.
you. I'm recording you.
Wherever you walk, I can walk. It's
Don't
public.
touch, please don't touch me.
Remember?
You know that's assault. I have it all on camera.
So do I. No one's touching you. We're both standing here on a public sidewalk as two
Don't touch
citizens
me,
having a
please. Please don't
conversation.
touch me. Don't touch me, please. What's your name and badge
I
number?
already told you. I already gave it to you.
What's your name and badge number? Name and badge number. Huh? What'd you say? What?
He already told you.
Okay.
Remember, it's a public sidewalk.
Tyrant.
I'm not a tyrant. I'm exercising the same right you are.
Public sidewalk.
It is. We're both in the public on the
Please don't
sidewalk.
touch me.
Who's going to touch you? Why would you say someone's going to touch you?
What's wrong with recording? I'm just asking, what's wrong with recording?
Why would you want to record a lady that's having a medical emergency?
What was your name again? I couldn't hear you. I'm gonna continue to record though, because it's my right. It's a First Amendment right. Appreciate it.
You can record. It's just rude.
How is it rude?
Because she's a victim and you're recording her.
It's a public sidewalk
Great,
though.
but she's a victim. You're
So
recording.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Have fun with
Let me
have
ask you a
fun.
question.
Have fun.
Can I not record in public? Okay.
Would you want your mom to be a victim and people record
It's
her?
public though.
And if that guy says
It's
the same thing-
public.
Exactly. You're being stupid. Sir,
Then another cop jumped into the conversation trying to make the man feel bad. He said something like, "How would you feel if that was your mom being filmed while she was in this state?" But that doesn't change the fact that they're all in public spaces, on the sidewalk. Cops are public servants, and they need to respect that people have rights protected by constitutional law when they're out in public. If they don't, they could end up losing their qualified immunity.
I'm gonna keep recording. He should be getting mad because I'm recording. It's public. I can record. He get mad because I'm recording the person sitting down. It's a public sidewalk, so you can record the police. Nothing happened. I don't know what happened. I just said I asked what's your name and badge number. He's not telling me his name. You know, as a cop, you're supposed to identify him. I know the law. As a black man in America, I know the law, so I'm gonna report the police.
actually, if you want to hear the truth, I'll tell you the truth. We have a young lady
Back up,
here that was
back up.
passed out, and he kind of did to her. He's over here trying to record a lady who's passed out and half
It's a
dressed.
public sidewalk,
It's
though.
kind of rude to record. Would you want someone
But it's
recording your mom
public.
or your
I can record.
And this is what we're
It's
dealing
public
with.
though.
I wouldn't want someone to do that to my mom.
I understand. I'm just saying it's public though.
Yeah. I has to be a compassionate human. He's not.
But if you're in public, can I ask you a question? If you're in public, can you not record?
You can, but it doesn't make it right. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
But it's public though.
But just because you can doesn't
But
mean
you're
you
public.
should.
I can record
Would you want
anybody.
me to record your mom?
I don't care.
If your mom had a
if
medical
she's in
episode?
public, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, well
She's in
that's you.
public.
Other people have
Okay.
have morals and values.
Okay, I don't
know you
care.
don't. That's fine. I don't know the part.
I'm gonna continue to record though.
I just heard him explaining. So we're trying to make sure she's all right.
I'm not doing anything wrong. Have I committed a crime?
You guys
I'm not doing anything
We don't
wrong.
like other people's dignity. That's fine.
We want to make sure that she's preserved, you know, because
Imagine you're having a peaceful afternoon with your mom when suddenly a cop shows up at your door. That's exactly what happened to this man. The officer came because his ex-girlfriend claimed that she had been getting messages from him. Even though the man explained that he hadn't been in touch with her for a while and the messages were old, the cop just wouldn't listen. Plus, the messages weren't threatening, so there really wasn't any need for police involvement. Every cop would normally steer clear of such a minor issue, especially with more serious crimes out there needing attention. But this cop seemed to want to make a point, telling the man to stop texting his ex. What happened next is pretty shocking. When the man's mom heard enough and decided to go back inside the house, the cop took it very personally and jammed his foot between the door and the wall to stop her from closing it. Isn't that a bit over the top?
I'm gonna record you for my safety, please.
For safety?
Yes.
What's going on? I'm his mother.
Okay. I had a complaint from his ex-girlfriend.
That's exactly what I just said to him.
Okay.
He hasn't talked to her in a while, from what I understand.
Let him finish saying what he's saying.
Go ahead.
All right. She had gotten some messages recently from you.
Okay.
All
whatever that was, but
it was messages.
Okay.
Not whatever it was.
Come on,
That's exactly what I said.
Cut the shit. Listen to what he's saying.
At this point, there's zero more contact with her. Do you understand that? No texts, no phone calls, no iMessages, no emails, no going around her apartment, no nothing. Any further contact, there'll be criminal charges. Do you have that recorded?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
You know what?
Do you understand? Do you understand?
I do know my rights.
That's good.
I have a right to remain silent.
I know you better stop it.
No, you cannot do that. You can't do that. That is a violation of a Fourth Amendment right. It does not matter. I have you on live, and I will put you on line. That is a violation of a Fourth Amendment right. You can't, Mom. You need to be quiet. He cannot do that. That is against the laws.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is against the rights.
Yes, it is. I'm almost 60 years old.
Yes.
Don't shut the door on me. That's all I'm telling you.
Okay. No. Sorry.
That's fine.
Oh. Do you have any input? Any thoughts? Anything?
No, I want him to stay away from her.
Now, do you see this? He opened my mom's front door without permission.
The real issue here was that just because his ex-girlfriend claimed something, it didn't automatically make it true. The officer really should have looked into the situation more before taking action. The man asked the cop why he was stepping into his house, and the cop responded that it wasn't his house. His ego was so inflated that he just kept making things worse for himself. You could almost see him digging his own grave with each move. But things took a turn when the man mentioned he had been filming the whole incident. Suddenly, the officer realized the trouble he was in and decided to make a quick exit. Of course, when the man asked for his name and badge number, the cop refused to answer any questions. He probably thought he was being clever, but he's likely going to face some serious consequences for his actions. Talk about a bad move by the cop. And really, he's made a mistake of a lifetime.
And I didn't find that out from him or her. I found it out from
Officer Demoff from the Chambersburg Police Department in Fayetteville, Pennsylvania.
So what?
Out of his jurisdiction.
Oh. Well, tell me about these Facebook posts.
Don't tell him shit. Don't tell him nothing.
I'm trying to help you out.
Hey, you're not helping me out. Mom, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Stop talking. Please. Listen to what I'm saying. Please just stop
stay
talking.
away from the girl.
Please stop talking.
I thought you had no contact with
Please
her.
stop talking. That's why I'm not saying nothing out here. Please stop talking. Just please stop talking.
Well, I'm telling you to stay away from
Please
her.
stop talking. Exactly, and that's why I'm recording him.
Okay, well, I'm telling you too.
You're not listening to me. She can say what she wants to say.
I understand that.
Okay? She can say what she wants to say. Whatever she's saying, what if it was made up?
Well, it
That's
could-
why I'm asking
Okay,
you.
and that's why
your side.
that's why I'm trying to figure out why you're out here.
That's why I'm trying to figure out your
I
side.
have a thing with police. I've been pulled over and harassed by y'all, and I'm just trying to figure out why you're out here. And for her to come up with some kind of allegation, that's fine. I'm trying to figure out why you opened that door to my house.
It's
and
not your house. It's
it doesn't matter. You know for a fact you wasn't allowed to do that. That's why you asked. Hold on. That's why you asked. That's why you. I don't care. You're not. You can't do that. You can't come out here violating our rights.
Anything else you need to say, man?
Exactly. And you see why he directed his attention towards you.
Any further contact, you're gonna be criminally charged. You understand?
Okay. You say what you want, officer. And can I ask you a question?
Have a good day.
What's your name and badge number?
I don't answer questions.
Oh, so you're refusing to identify. Due to your policy, you need to identify, officer. What's your policy and badge number?
If you're wondering why it's crucial to know your constitutional rights and how to defend yourself against overreaching cops, check out this encounter. These cops approached because they found a man filming cars at night suspicious. But remember, police officers can't act on a hunch. They need reasonable suspicion that a crime is about to be committed. Since the man wasn't actually doing anything illegal, these cops clung to their made-up story. One of them even tried to accuse the man of receiving complaints from several people about him filming their cars. But oddly enough, there wasn't a single person around to back up that claim. Clearly, the cop just fabricated the whole thing.
Can you tell me this man's name and badge number?
It's written on his shirt, and the badge number is written on his badge.
Well, he told me don't get too close. So I'm not allowed to look at this badge. I can't see it.
Valid point. Didn't you say you wanted to keep it 6 feet?
Well, he told me to stay away from him. So can you tell me his badge number?
We'll get you that information as soon as we're done. Okay?
Now, can you also tell me who this alleged caller was?
Well, if they're anonymous, I can't give you that information.
Are they anonymous?
We'll figure that out.
Now, can you ask these people right behind you, witnesses in this community, if they saw me? See, as y'all see, the cops allegedly say I'm casing cars, and they doing an investigation, but they haven't talked to any witnesses in the area if I was casing any cars. All the witnesses, they walking right past them and coming directly to me, but I'm supposed to be committing a crime on possibly your property.
You can record as much as you want.
Can I?
You have every right to.
Or is that on?
This is always on.
And
you have every right to.
What's your first name?
I'm not giving you that. You can figure out on your own.
What's your first initial?
The only thing I'm required to give you is my. Okay, I'll give you my first initial, E. Okay.
Can you tell me what his is? What this man is?
It's up to him if he wants to give you his first initial.
He haven't identified himself.
You have enough information with his badge number and his last name.
No, he haven't given me his badge number.
I'm trying to figure out what you want all this information for.
Well, because he's a public service and it's required for y'all to identify yourself.
You're right.
The mailman will be required to identify themselves if I was to ask them who they was. The mailman. The fireman will have to do it.
Everybody will.
No, just public servants.
Well, you as well. You know why?
Why?
Because you're detained.
For not a crime?
Oh, for suspicion of a crime.
Suspicion of what crime? What car?
I'm feeling like I have to answer your questions 15 times.
When you wouldn't have to answer it if you told me what car I was supposed to look in and who was the 911 caller. Here go another witness. Did you ask this woman right here if she seen me looking in any cars?
I feel like that woman doesn't even want to talk to you. She's walking away with her.
I ain't the police. I asked you, did you ask her? She a witness.
She just walked by.
The man asked the officers which specific car was causing the issue, but they claimed they didn't have to tell him. That was a complete lie. They had no idea because there wasn't actually any car involved. Then the officers quickly moved on, wrongly claiming that the man had no right to film people in public. But where does the law say that? There's no law like that. They also didn't appreciate the tone the man used with them. Oh, tough shit. But really, what did they expect after approaching him with such a baseless accusation?
Just walk by. She doesn't seem like she wants to talk to you either.
Why would she want to talk to me? I didn't tell her to stop and talk to me or you. You the one doing the investigation. You say you seen me or I'm supposed to be out here looking at casing cars and you don't even identify what car it is.
I don't have to identify factors in the investigation. I'm telling you why we're stopping you. And I gave you the reason why we're stopping you. And if I really want to, I just stay quiet until we get your records checked back.
Look at this man, look. This man for the SWAT and he stopped me for allegedly casing the car and they don't know what the car is.
Well, we know what the car is, but you're not a detective and we're not going to give you our information for our investigation.
You know what car I allegedly looked in? What car?
Why would I tell you?
Wouldn't it be helpful for the investigation?
Yeah, we're the investigators.
Okay, so, but you stopping and questioning me about my conduct. So why don't you point to the car you said I was looking into?
Yeah, we'll get to that once we verify your information, okay?
Hey, sir, you want to speak to these officers? They say I was out here casing cars. Did you see me looking at any cars the amount of time you was here waiting on your food? You don't got to know who I am, bro. They just said they saw me looking at some cars. It's public. I got the freedom of speech, First Amendment.
You don't have the right to harass people in the daily activities.
What's harassment? What's harassment? It's called who?
Breach of peace.
What's breach of peace? Asking the person a question?
If that gentleman doesn't want to talk to you, he doesn't have to.
Well, if he don't want to talk to me, he kept walking. So I can ask him a question, right? Which I did, right?
The answer, he said, leave me alone, I don't even know you, brother.
No, he said he don't know me. He ain't see me do nothing.